It has begun. Right now, in this very second, as you hear my voice. The veil is broken. November 1st is not a date on the calendar. It is a fracture in the fabric of reality, pouring forth a light older than time itself. The clocks are ticking, but they are ticking backward, toward the source, toward the root. Do not tune into my words, but to the vibration beneath them. This is not a prediction. It is an energetic transmission, an activation code your soul has awaited for millennia. Feel the air in the room. It has become thick, viscous, humming like a high-voltage line, charged with the ozone before a storm. This is not just a storm. It is the storm that will wash the old world from your skin. Your entire life, every fall, every tear, every spark of joy. It was all just preparation, a long inhale before this decisive moment. The moment the ancestral portal swings open, and you are summoned to stand at its threshold, not as a seeker, but as an heir. You are ready to receive what is yours by birthright. This whisper is the key turning in the lock of your heart. Your body does not lie. It is the first and most honest barometer of this great change. You feel that strange, mercury-like, cellular fatigue that comes not from the muscles, but from the bone marrow itself. This is not sickness. It is your body shedding old energetic skins. You notice a slight fog in your mind, as if a thin veil has appeared between you and the world. This is not distraction. It is the old, logical mind powering down, its processors unable to handle the incoming light streams. Notice the vibration deep within, in your bones, or a light tingling in your palms and feet. This is your nervous system tuning to a new frequency, like the strings of a cosmic harp. You feel a sudden chill run down your spine, or a wave of heat rising from within, burning away the remnants of karmic debris. Perhaps you hear a quiet, high-pitched ringing in your ears, especially in the silence. This is not tinnitus. It is the sound of the universe's tuning fork, aligning you with the original note of creation. I repeat, these are not symptoms of illness. This is the evidence of your transition. Your body is remembering its divine blueprint. The emotional swings are becoming almost unbearable. This, too, is a sign. You fall into a bottomless, baseless, obsidian anxiety. This is not yours. You are picking up the collective fear of an old world in its death throes, clinging to the illusion of control. The next minute, a wave of crystal, almost childlike optimism washes over you, and you see glimpses of a new, radiant reality. Tears come without warning, hot and liberating. This is not hysteria. This is your body, purging the accumulated pain of generations through water, the purest conductor. You feel that something monumental is coming, something as inevitable as the sunrise after the darkest night. And suddenly, a flash of pure, primal anger, directed at no one in particular. This is your system deleting the corrupted files of lies and manipulations you allowed to live within you. The ancestral portal, open on November 1st, acts like a giant lunar floodlight, pulling everything hidden from the darkest cellars of your subconscious. Everything that must be seen, acknowledged, and released forever. To understand what is happening, forget everything you knew. We are beginning a process I call synchronization with the cosmic ancestral library. Imagine you are not just a person. You are a living, shining terminal, connected to a limitless, invisible network. This network is a data vault, a chronicle of all the experience, all the wisdom, all the power, and all the pain of every ancestor in your line, reaching back to the very first human. Your DNA is not just a biological code. It is a quantum antenna, perfectly tuned to the frequency of your library. And now, on November 1st, the veil thins, and a light cable of infinite bandwidth is plugged into your terminal. The old operating system, based on your limited, personal memory of one incarnation, can no longer cope. It's causing errors, freezing, panic. A forced update is happening right now. Your system is shifting from offline mode to network mode. You are gaining direct access to millennia of knowledge. The chaos you feel is the system lag while this giant archive downloads. Why now? Why is this synchronization happening with such force, such inevitability? Because a critical mass of light has been reached. Your soul and the souls of millions of other awakened ones have created a resonant field that makes this download possible. The Earth itself has shifted its core vibrational frequency, hitting the precise note that disables the ancient firewall protecting the cosmic ancestral library from unauthorized access. You are ready. You have passed all the tests. The energy coming in now is not a soft, lulling wave like before. It is a fiery, surgically precise stream that does not offer change. It demands it. This is an inevitable evolutionary leap. It is not an invitation to dance. It is a command to be reborn. Imagine a scalpel made of pure light entering your energy field, ruthlessly cutting away everything false, everything artificial, everything that is not your true essence. Resistance is futile. The old system is being forcibly archived. A new reality is being installed over the old codes. The proof of this process is everywhere if you know where to look. It's no longer just tech glitches or stopped clocks. The signs have become more subtle, more intimate, more undeniable. You begin to see the familiar features of long-gone ancestors in the faces of random passers-by. In your own room, with the windows closed, you suddenly catch a faint scent of unknown flowers, or the smell of old wood, like in your great-grandmother's house. You find long-lost family heirlooms, photographs, letters in the most unexpected places, as if they are emerging into the light to remind you of something. Specific animals begin to enter your world. A bird that lands on your windowsill and looks you in the eye. A fox that crosses your path. This is not random. These are the totems of your lineage, making contact. In the silence before sleep, you may hear fragments of old lullabies or phrases in an ancient language you never studied. The cosmic ancestral library isn't just downloading data. It is projecting its archives into your three-dimensional reality, creating living hyperlinks, shining beacons pointing you back home. Now, turn inward. The evidence there is even more stunning. Your tastes are changing. Food you used to love suddenly seems dead, lifeless. Your body is beginning to demand clean, living food, simple flavors, water. This isn't a diet. It's your cellular structure refusing to accept low vibrations. Alcohol, sugar, and heavy foods now feel almost like poison. Your intuition is sharpening to the level of a superpower. You just know. Without proof, without logic. You know when to call, where to go, whom to trust. Your inner compass, which used to barely flutter, now points to true north with absolute precision. Your dreams are becoming vivid, tangible, instructional. You wake up with the clear feeling that you were not asleep, but were in a class, at a council, in a briefing. The new archives are being unzipped in your sleep, training your nervous system to operate on the new OS. You might wake up understanding complex family patterns, or even with new skills. Your hands suddenly remember how to sculpt, how to draw, how to heal. This is ancestral memory activating in your cells. The synchronization is completely reformatting the map of your relationships. People from the past, tied to you by karmic knots of debt or guilt, are beginning to leave your life. Quietly, without drama, without conflict. As if a river is smoothly changing its course, and you find yourselves on different banks. You can no longer wear masks, and you physically cannot stand them on others. Lies become almost physically tangible. You feel them as a coldness in the space, an unpleasant smell, a dissonant sound that makes you sick. You begin to feel a powerful, almost gravitational pull toward people who carry a similar ancestral code, a similar soul mission. They might be complete strangers, yet when you meet, you have one single feeling. I know you. We are from the same pack. Your biofield, tuned to the new frequency, now works as a perfect filter. It automatically repels incompatible energy signatures and attracts pure, clear resonance. You are no longer searching for connection. You are the center of resonance. Let's talk about money, about the flow of abundance. All your programs of poverty, scarcity, and fear of lack. These are not your programs. They are virus files, written onto your hard drive by your ancestors, who survived famine, displacement, wars, and loss. You carry their memory of scarcity. But the synchronization is a powerful antiviral stream of light, conducting a full diagnostic of your system. Right now, it is finding these corrupted files, labeled fear of poverty, unworthiness of wealth, money is evil, and it is permanently deleting them. In their place, the system is uploading the original code of your lineage, the code of survival, the code of ingenuity, the code of creation. You are remembering that your ancestors knew how to create food from nothing, to build homes with their bare hands, to find a way out of impossible situations. This activated gene of brilliant survival is true abundance. You stop chasing money. You remember that you are the source. The flow will open from the most unexpected places because you are no longer a beggar. You are the generator of reality. And now, love. Your heart is not just an organ. It is a biomagnetic archive, covered in scars from your personal dramas and the dramas of your entire lineage. You were looking for a love that would heal these wounds, looking for a half to fill the void. That was the survival strategy of the old system. The synchronization is performing laser surgery on your heart. It doesn't heal the scars. It erases the very memory of the wound at a cellular level. All toxic, karmic connections, all the etheric cords siphoning your energy to past partners are being severed. Imagine thousands of thin, dark threads extending from your heart, and then a flaming sword of light cuts them all in a single motion. You become whole. Absolutely whole. And then your heart magnet, cleansed of past pain, begins to radiate the pure, high frequency of sovereign love. You no longer attract lessons or karmic partners. You attract an equally whole, radiant world. This is no longer the dance of two wounded halves. It is the dance of two free, self-sufficient universes meeting to create a new galaxy. And most importantly, your sense of self, your identity, that constant background noise in your head, that inner critic whispering about your flaws, that anxiety living in your solar plexus, it will all disappear. Not gradually. It will simply be switched off, as if someone flipped a breaker. Those were not your thoughts. That was the choir of your frightened, traumatized ancestors, resonating inside you. As the synchronization completes, a deep, ringing, diamond silence will fall. This is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is the hum of 1,000 voices from your lineage, now aligned in perfect harmony, sounding as one powerful, supportive note. Your sense of I will expand. You will stop perceiving yourself as a small, separate person fighting for survival. You will feel yourself as the culmination, a living arrow shot from the bow of your lineage into the future. In your spine, you will feel the strength of all the warriors in your line. In your heart, the compassion of all the mothers. In your eyes, the wisdom of all the elders. This is your new operating state, the state of the Creator. But there is a price. For such a total transformation, you must pay. And the price is the willingness to walk through fire. Before the new operating system can be fully activated, the old one mustn't just be deleted, it must be incinerated. This is a purification by fire. It is necessary. It is like the high fever before a total healing, which burns away all viruses and bacteria. You cannot build a shining temple of light on the rotten, swampy foundation of old pain. The foundation must be burned clean, down to the bedrock, to the pristine earth. In the coming days and weeks, you will feel this inner fire. The system will raise from the deepest depths all the darkest, most painful files of your lineage: betrayal, abandonment, humiliation, rage, powerlessness. They will pass through your consciousness and your body, not to torture you. They are rising into the light one last time to be consumed in the flame of your awareness. You are the descendant your lineage chose to be this sacred crematorium. And to amplify this process, to test your readiness, the shadow will rise. Your personal shadow and the shadow of your lineage. All your deepest fears, all your suppressed rage, all your stale guilt and shame will rise to the surface and scream. Your ego will be in a panic, thrashing in agony because its world is collapsing. Simultaneously, the outside world will begin to test you. People, even the closest ones, will turn into provocateurs. They will unconsciously push your most painful buttons, devalue your experience, try to pull you into old scenarios of drama and conflict. This is not personal. They are actors in your final exam. The universe is asking you one question. Have you learned the lesson? Will you maintain the state of the calm, loving observer? Or will you fall back into reaction, into the victim role, into the old program? This is the final deep clean before the new software installation. Do not let anyone or anything distract you from this sacred process. Hold your center. So what should you do at the peak of this storm, at the threshold of the November 1st portal? The answer is paradoxically simple. Do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your task is to become the total, all-accepting, loving observer. Sit on the bank of your inner river and just watch as it carries all the debris of the past, dark memories, painful emotions, scraps of old beliefs. Do not jump into the water. Do not try to fish anything out or drown it. Just observe. Be in silence. Disconnect from the external noise, news, social media, empty conversations. Your system needs all its energy for this internal work. Drink plenty of clean, structured water. Water is a liquid crystal that records the new information and carries it to all your cells, helping to integrate the light codes. And breathe. Breathe through the pain. Breathe through the fear. Breathe through the resistance. Every conscious inhale is a yes to the new. Every exhale is a goodbye to the old. Trust the process completely. Your higher self and your ancestors are guiding this operation. Do not interfere with your mind. And there is something you absolutely must not do. This is vital. Do not engage in conflict. Any argument, any attempt to prove your righteousness during these days is a rollback to the old version. It is a cancellation of the installation. You are simply draining the precious energy allocated for your transformation into the black hole of the old matrix. Do not try to analyze what is happening with your mind. Your linear, logical mind is the old processor. It is incapable of understanding a quantum restructuring. By trying to understand, it will cause a system error, panic, and fear. Do not cling to the old, not to people, not to habits, not to beliefs that are leaving. If something is exiting your life, bless it and let it go. Your hand must be completely empty to receive the gifts your ancestors have prepared for you. By clinging to an old stone, you cannot pick up the new diamond. I repeat, do not pour your divine energy into dead scenarios. And then, after the fire, after the storm, the silence will come. A deep, velvet, all-encompassing silence, the likes of which you have never known. And in that silence, you will hear, not with your ears, but with your entire being. You will hear the wisdom of your lineage. Lightness will fill your body. Clarity will fill your mind. You will feel a quiet, indestructible power rising up your spine. The synchronization with the cosmic ancestral library is complete. The new operating system is activated. The connection is stable. You are no longer a separate, lonely note, but an entire, perfectly tuned orchestra. You are a walking library, a living bridge between the past and the future, between the earth and the stars. You look at your hands and realize they are the hands of a healer. You look in the mirror and see the eyes of a seer. You did it. You passed through. Welcome home. You are the wisdom keeper. You are the creator. You are. You always have been.